Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Factor 50 Football Podcast with me, Arsenal fan Michael Grantham, and my co-host, as usual, United fan Adam Farrell. How you doing, mate?
Hello, yeah, good, thanks, mate. Episode 4. Who knew we'd make it?
Time flies.
Oh, but
It's
it's been a
mad.
boring one, hasn't it?
It feels like it's been about 3 months since we last did a podcast and I last watched a game of football. My God, it's
It does
dull.
feel like ages. Yeah. Even though we'll
I
get into a
hate
bit of
international
international
breaks.
roundup, won't we? We'll do an international roundup. But first, we've got to give back to our fans. Do you know what I mean? Our huge
Yeah.
amounts of fans.
It's been another busy week on social media.
We've got some new followers.
Real
Who we
busy.
got, Mike?
So, Instagram, we've got Big Dave Olver, of course.
Oh, Dave Olver. Hello.
Basically asked him to follow us, and he did, so that was nice.
That is nice of that.
And Ian McEwen, who has been described as his football playing style is the white Yaya Toure.
Also
'cause
known
he's a
as
Man
best
City
man
fan.
number 2. But,
Best man number 2 at the wedding. They both followed us on Instagram, 2 of our own friends. Really impressive. And then on TikTok, on Top, we've got Raisin Prado.
Nice.
We've got EDBFC.
That a person?
I said it right. I think so, yeah. It's just like a weird name, isn't it? And Chris Lincoln. Weird he's not followed us on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And then on Blue Sky, somebody called... We don't have a LinkedIn. We're not that far yet.
I'll set us up.
We're not clever enough for LinkedIn. And then on Blue Sky, we've got Jackson has followed us on Blue Sky. Our only Blue Sky follower this week.
We'll take them. Thank you very much. Welcome, Jackson. And of course, our number 1 listeners had some pretty big news this week. Coxie, our number 1 and only, really at this point, only listener, has just been announced that he's having a baby girl. Congratulations. Him and that. Well done, guys.
Joining the baby club.
The baby club. The baby club, yeah. You ever seen that, the baby club?
I got no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, it's a very catchy
Are you
tune.
all right?
Yeah, it's the guy from McFly, the lead singer. It's his wife that does it. The Baby Club. It's quite good.
Okay.
You should watch it.
If you say so. All right.
I miss it now. I'm a 6. It's,
you can still watch it, mate. It's all right. Guilt free.
And they've got so many programs I miss. So many programs like Super Potato, Abney and
I do like Super
Tyrrell.
Potato. Series 4 of Super Potato has just come out. If you're a loose end, it's good.
Anyway, you can tell we haven't watched any football in ages because we're not talking about any.
You can tell it's an international break, can't you?
It's enough to talk about, so we're just going to talk about kids' TV programs.
Yeah. So we'll do a little roundup of all the breaking news.
Oh yeah, let's take
and that's that. So let's move on.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do a roundup of the breaking news, and then we've got an international break special planned today. So what we're going to do is we've each got our all-time Premier League era only Arsenal and Man United 11, and we are going to debate who gets into a combined overall best 11 of the Premier League era with Arsenal and United.
It's going to be a bit difficult, I think. It's going to be some big arguments here.
Yeah, we could be here a while. We might have to cut a lot of this out.
Yeah. I mean, we were chatting on WhatsApp before we did this podcast today. Not necessarily about this, but it got heated on WhatsApp. It was...
already arguing.
Yeah. We will not be friends by the end of this episode.
Yeah, and then we've got... So we'll do that. And then we've got... we're going to preview, finally, the return of some actual football action. And give... We're going to start doing predictions, aren't we, for the following week? So we're going to predict the results of the Arsenal United games, track it over, I don't know, however many weeks we manage to carry on doing this podcast. And should we do some sort of scoring system for that?
Yeah, I think so. We'll judge. Maybe. We'll get to the scoring system at the end, but I think we will track the scores. We'll track the scores for sure.
And then, unlike last week, once we've done that, we'll finish the podcast and say goodbye.
Yeah, last week we just sort of stopped talking and then went, that's it.
See you next week.
Yeah, and I had to record like a stupid thing at home just saying...
I like that. I listened to that and I thought that was good.
I'm glad someone's listening to it, mate. Yeah, there you go.
I guarantee I'm the only person.
Yeah. My beautiful editing skills.
There we go. Okay, so let's start with the breaking news of the last... Has it been 2 weeks?
No, there's been... No, it's only been 1 week. We did podcast last week.
But so there was no football last weekend, or the weekend just gone. It was the weekend before. So it's been like a week and a half.
Yeah, a week and a half.
So what's happened since then? in football? Have you made any notes? Because I've got
Uh,
no idea.
well, I think if we start with England, so the big thing obviously with England was obviously, we just won 5-0 against
Eze
Latvia
scored.
last night. That was good. Eze scored. But I think obviously before that game, Thomas Tuchel came out with some pretty big quotes. He was having a go at the English fans for not being loud enough in the stadium. He basically said the Welsh fans were louder than the English fans in England versus Wales,
Ooh,
and he had a go at them.
way to make friends, Thomas.
I know. So I thought that was interesting because we mentioned on the last podcast, actually international friendlies are bullshit and the crowd is always really quiet, which it is, right? Because it's all families that typically go, which I think is a good thing. Families very rarely get to go to watch football these days, and there's definitely kids are watching far less live football. So I think that's good. But I think Thomas Tuchel shouldn't come out and say that really, because we still sell out on friendlies. So 80,000 people still turned up. I can't imagine many countries where they would sell out an 80,000 seater stadium for a friendly that means nothing.
Yeah, and where the result is sort of a foregone conclusion. I suppose Wales at home is not like there's a bit of spice to that fixture, isn't it?
The
But
spice is gone
it's
within the
not.
first 20 minutes when we went 3-0 up.
Well, yeah, yeah. I think I was due to get home from work at about half an hour into that game, and I saw the score, and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
move on.
Move on,
Nothing's
why
going to
not?
happen there."
Yeah. Did Thomas Tuchel say something else as well? I can't remember if he said something else that was.
I don't. I know. I didn't hear him slagging off the fans, but I did hear. Or I heard some of the chanting in the Latvia. Was it Latvia that we beat
Latvia game, yeah.
yesterday? And I heard his response to that, so I didn't realise he'd sort of slagged the fans off in the home game. But I did really enjoy the away contingent fans when they're like, "Thomas, give us a song," and "Our support is fucking shit" and all that.
Yeah,
That's
he said
classic British humour, though.
exactly. He said it was like English banter, which was quite good. Um,
Yeah, I
But
enjoyed
that
that.
was it really international. I did have a quick look before the pod about Kane's stats because like Kane's stats are just unbelievable this year. Like he's just on fire.
What are they? I love a number. Hit me with some numbers.
I think this year, I don't know exactly what they are this year, but I've got his England stats. So he's had 110 caps and 74 goals. I'm not sure if it's 76 now after Latvia.
Okay,
But that is
so
phenomenal.
he's like,
isn't it?
yeah, he must be out and out record goal scorer by a mile now. Right? Is it Rooney
Yeah,
who's second?
it was Rooney. Yeah, it was Rooney who was second, and he's
Yes.
beaten by a long shot.
Yeah, that's not a bad record, is it?
Yeah, and I think he's got like 20 goals already this season for club and country.
Has he? Oh, for Bayern Munich.
Yeah, yeah.
I could score for Bayern Munich though. Come on, I could bang him in for Bayern Munich
You
in the
reckon?
Bundesliga. Yeah, Benjamin Sesko scored goals in the Bundesliga,
Hey,
mate.
you leave him alone. He's a
Catching
lovely dude.
strays. Yeah. To
You,
be
you
fair,
got
I
him.
do. I think he's quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other point I want to bring up, which is not to do with England, to do with United, was Jim Ratcliffe coming out and saying that Ruben Amorim needs 3 years to see if he's going to be a good manager or not. 3 years.
I did see that actually. It made me laugh.
I don't
I
know
think
if
he
he's...
said.
Go ahead.
I think he said that just after the last pod, and I was thinking, I wish he'd said that just before, so we could just laugh at that. Because if I was a United fan and I heard the owner saying that, my heart would be sinking.
Yeah. I think he's saying it. I don't know, but I guess one narrative could be that he's saying it to just settle down the noise around the team. And if there was any thought to the players, it might be a message to the players because if they still think that Amarin's got the players, they don't want those players to drop off. But if you know the manager's going to get sacked, you're probably going to start dropping off a bit. So if he's gone out and said, look, he's going to be here for 3 years, guys, you better knuckle down.
He can't say anything else, can he?
No, and
He
look, he
can't be
won't
like,
be
oh,
there for 3
he's
years.
got a
He
game.
won't, yeah, he won't be there for 3
Yeah.
years.
I think the players are like Luke Shaw, didn't he? Came out and said we're fully on board.
Luke Shaw says that to every single manager. He's always the first person to come out and say, "Yeah, we're fine for this manager," and then he gets sacked.
Arse kisser. He can join Mason Mount.
Yeah, go have a drink, harsh bastards. Yeah, there are my points I wanted to bring up.
Okay, so lots happening.
Yeah, lots
I
happening.
mean, it's good that England have qualified, right, for the World Cup. That's nice. That's done now. I think we should just scrap the rest of the international games now. Do a few warm-ups before the tournament, and then get on with it.
Yeah, I am excited for the World Cup. I will say that. I think I'm buzzing for it. Can't wait for it to happen. Like now, I work for myself as well. Like I can watch all the games. All the games.
It is good. I do enjoy that.
Pretend I'm working in my little office. Ali, I've got a busy day today. I've got lots of work on.
screaming at the TV. A very
Exactly.
intense meeting.
Yeah,
What do
exactly.
you think of it being in America though, with the timings and that?
Oh yeah, that is going to be shit actually, because I'm not going to be able to. It's going to be like middle of the morning, isn't it? Like early morning,
I think some of the games are going to be like
2
2
a.m. or
a.m. or
something.
something.
Yeah,
So it could be
yeah.
really good, or it could be absolute shit if you've got work at 8 a.m. or whatever it is. It could be the end of a night out. Although I'm not making it to 2 a.m.
Who's anyone past 30 is going out and still up at 2 a.m. You need to sort your priorities out. You
Yeah, you're stop pretending to be in your 20s, and you need to start taking up knitting and go to bed earlier.
get a
Sort
good
yourself out.
sleep. Yeah, that's what you need.
You feel refreshed for it. God, we're
Refresh.
boring.
Yeah, yeah. Get some night nurse down you and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
I suppose the one bit of Arsenal news then from the last 2 weeks that I thought was quite interesting, is the potential expansion of the Emirates Stadium. And I mean, it's a bit boring, but in the short term, there's a lot of chat from amongst Arsenal fans of like, it's obviously something we want to do because uh, make more money and have a nicer stadium and all that. And there are issues with the Emirates Stadium, like it's a little bit dated now. And if you look at, there's a stadium in America that KSE, Stan Kroenke and those guys, um, I think it's their NFL franchise or somebody. It's called the SoFi Stadium, and it's basically like this modern, like it's got a wraparound screen and stuff, and it's all I've obviously never been there, but it's a super modern stadium. And if you compare that to the Emirates, we're miles behind. So it'd be nice to do it to get them more money and have a nicer stadium and all that shit. But the worry is like leaving the Emirates for a year or 2 years probably is going to interrupt, because that is going to disrupt, our home form when we've finally got the squad to really push on and try and win not just like a league title, but like several major trophies over 3 or 4 years. If you slap a stadium move right in the middle of that, I don't think there's a risk of it happening like in the next year or two. But this squad could be together for like 4 or 5 years. If you whack that in the middle of it, don't ruin it. Don't ruin a good thing, because
Yeah,
you're gonna have. We probably will have enough fans to create a good atmosphere at Wembley, but it's hard to get to from like North London. You have to go into London to get out of London, I think. Um, and it's going to piss a lot of the regulars off. You might then get like more sort of what we call like fair weather fans going, and kind of ruin I don't know, the good feeling, the good vibes that we've got going
vibe.
on.
I like the vibe. So
So
you're
as
putting
much as I'd like
Wembley.
it to happen, I think, yeah, if we were going to move, I think it would be like Spurs did when they built the toilet bowl. It'd be into Wembley for a year, at least a year. And it's quite complicated as well because there's like planning permission and stuff about height regulations. So you can't go up; they'd have to go down or something like that. I don't know. So basically, it's not easy. And for the sake of 8, 10,000 more seats, the sort of the debate is it worth it? Or I think if they're going to do it in like you know 10 years or 8 years or something. Wait for this like iteration of the team to do their thing, and then when we're rebuilding or whatever, then you can piss off to Wembley.
Yeah, I get that. You just don't want anything to interrupt it. And that's weird for me to think that the Emirates is dated. For me, it still
Yeah,
feels like 5 minutes ago it's just built.
yeah. Got a fun question for you. Who scored the first ever goal at the Emirates Stadium?
It's Thierry Henry, wasn't it, when he came back?
That would have been great. That was
Mm,
years later. That was 2011, I think. It
okay.
was Olof Melberg in
Oh,
a
okay.
home 1-1 draw with Aston Villa, and that's how old I am. I still remember that game really clearly because Gilberto Silva scored a really good equaliser,
That
and we
is the
drew against
boring
Villa.
first score your first goal in a stadium. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
it wasn't us. Villa scored from a corner, I think it was, or something. Yeah. Anyway,
Amazing. Amazing. Okay, cool.
so
All
shall
right.
we get into this combined 11 then? Get into the meat of it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So
Do
the
this thing.
parameters are we're doing a 4-4-2, I think, is our aim, isn't it? Even though
Yeah.
I can
Yeah, I think
definitely
so.
see contentions at the top of who's going to play strikers and the two striker
There's
positions.
only two correct choices.
You can't go both Arsenal. Come on. Anyway, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. And we're going to try and do this in less than an hour. So this is going to
Well,
be
yeah,
fun.
God, yeah.
Okay.
We'll keep an eye on the clock then.
Okay. Right. We'll start at the bottom.
Yeah, let's back to front, just like
Goalkeeper.
a wipe.
Yeah. Okay.
Goalkeeper. Do you want to go first?
Well, I'll go first. So obviously, everyone knows who I'm going to put forward for this, but Peter Schmeichel. Number
Renan. Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
one.
Yeah, so you've gone Schmeichel, I've gone David Seaman, obviously,
Yeah. Okay.
with an honourable mention to the invincible Jens Lehmann, of course.
Crazy Jens Lehmann.
Yeah, the mad German bastard. Love him. Yeah, so I went Seaman because he's got the most Premier League appearances for Arsenal. He's probably the best goalkeeper in our history, I think. Maybe that's a bit of recency bias because I don't remember any older keepers. But he was just like he was helped out by the back four in front of him, but he was like an incredible shot stopper. He had fantastic hair, which I idolised when I was younger. England's number one. Yeah, so for me, David Seaman.
Okay, I knew you were going to say David Seaman. Do you know what always puts a stain on David Seaman for me? And I think he's a lovely man.
Ronaldinho's free kick.
I can't. You hear David Seaman, I automatically just get that playing in my head, and me as like a young schoolboy seeing that, just like crying.
Sail over him.
What's happening? That shouldn't happen. How did that happen?
Why? Why did that happen?
Yeah. So I don't know. Like, he's a lovely man.
You can't just put him in for something that happened for England.
Absolutely.
This is Premier League.
Absolutely, you can. It's a stain on him. Anybody you mention in our era, mention David Seaman, who's not an Arsenal fan, I think would think of the same thing, which is a negative connotation for David Seaman.
Yeah.
Obviously,
I think of the...
Go on, what do you think?
I think of the FA Cup, I can't remember what round it was, against Sheffield United. Might have been the semi-final or quarter-final. Because was it at Wembley? The old Wembley, maybe. But it was the save that was like behind him. Do you remember that from like point blank range? And he clawed it off the line and didn't parry it straight back to the guy. He like got it out for a corner or whatever. That's it. I was just like, oh, we've conceded and we're fucked. And he just flings this gigantic right hand out and claws it off the line. That's what I think of. But I do also painfully remember the Ronaldinho thing.
Yeah, that was one of the top 10 saves in in English
Incredible.
football.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously I've gone Peter Schmeichel. He made both some stats. I've got a couple of stats.
Yeah.
310 Premier League appearances, and out of those 310, he kept 128 clean sheets. Out of that, it's not bad. He was the first keeper in the Premier League era to keep 100 clean sheets, which is pretty amazing.
That's
and
good.
then is this the year that it was 1992, wasn't it? The Premier League started. Is that right?
Yeah.
So in that first Premier League season, he 22 clean sheets in the league.
That's pretty good.
And obviously he's won 5 Premier League titles. Yeah, and he's just an absolute beast. I think, and this is my argument for this, I think if you put this to a public vote, that you would probably get 65% saying Schmeichel and the rest saying Seaman, is what I would say. My logical head says that.
So I actually, when I thought we were doing, I pick my own combined 11, you pick your own combined 11. I was like, okay, it's got to be Schmeichel or Seaman. And I picked Schmeichel. So I feel like it's early to concede one. So, but I'll concede this one. I think we should bank this for later.
Okay.
But I thought Schmeichel probably had like a better statistical record. I just, in my head, I don't know, he was a fucking monstrous shot stopper. But actually their like save percentage is, because I looked it up, they conceded both conceded 0.8 goals per game. Their save percentage is like 78% each, within like 0.5 or something like that. And they've both got a clean sheet percentage of like 41. No, Schmeichel's for United only is 44%, and Seaman's for Arsenal only is 42.2%. Suppose this is according to FB Ref. So it's statistically they're very, very very close, aren't they?
See,
but let's give it Schmeichel.
Yeah, I think so, because you know what my opinions are about data. I love data when it proves me right. So there we go. And on this case, yeah. So, okay, so Peter Schmeichel is in goal. Okay, so next, shall we go? I reckon we should go left back to start with.
Left back. Okay.
I think that's a more interesting conversation to have at this point. So who are you going to go for?
Ashley Cole. Regrettably.
Okay. So, go on in. Give your pitch of why Ashley Cole.
Yeah. So there was a few honourable mentions. But Ashley Cole was, so particularly like the year of the Invincibles, obviously came through the youth system. He only played in our first team because I think there was like an issue with we had a left back called Silvino. I don't know if you remember him. And I
Yeah, yeah, I
think,
remember him,
like,
yeah.
he couldn't play or something because there was a passport issue or something. So basically, he got deported or like he couldn't play for a certain amount of time. So we basically had to call up Ashley Cole, and that he was super young when he made the first team. But I think once he got after that Invincible season, I would say he was not only the best left back in the league, but I think he was the world's best left back for 6 or 7 seasons, and that's including, unfortunately, and this is why I say regrettably, when he went to Chelsea and obviously stained his Arsenal reputation forever, and he will forever be known as Cashley Cole. But you can't deny, like, the way he could get forwards, but he was also so good defensively. So he could go up and down. His combination play with like Perez down the left and Henry was unbelievable. I feel like as a complete, like, not only defensively but going forwards as a complete left back, I think he beats the likes of Evra. I think I had him on my list. And who else did I have? Who might be good from United? Irwin, I think.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll get to that in a
Yeah.
second. Do Arsenal fans, like, do you still hold resentment to Ashley Cole? Like, you still holding on to that?
It's definitely died down now, but like at the time there was utter fury, and the fact that we got William Gallas in return wearing shirt number 10 was, I think that made it worse.
Yeah, that is
Why?
a
Why is he
complete.
here?
Yeah.
And also the fact that the way he left, like it was a dispute between 55 grand a week and 60 grand a week, or some bollocks like that. And
But
he
what
left to
was
the.
it the money?
Uh,
Was it the money? He left to and he won more trophies when he left. So it was actually the right decision for him.
well, yeah, he went to a team who was spending like 400 bajillion pounds of Russian oil money,
And we're
so
winning
obviously he's going to
trophies.
win more stuff.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, he that the way he left, going to a London rival, getting William Gallas and £5 million in return, there was a fair bit of animosity at the time. I think it's died down, and I still remember him. I still remember him in the like the red O2 kit with the, like, we had the gold line around. I don't know if you remember that kit. If I
Yeah,
think of that kit, I'm thinking of like Henri, Perez, Cole. And I think that year and the next couple of years, he was like unbelievable at left back. So I put him in.
and to be fair, like if you ask any England player who was the best left back in the world, they would say Ashley Cole for that period of time. They would.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right.
Who have you
For
got?
United, I had Evra or Irwin, and I leaned on the side
Okay.
of Irwin. I think he always gets forgotten about. Like he was just Mr. Consistent, always 8 out of 10, and he actually won a surprising amount of Premier League titles. Guess how many titles Dennis Irwin won? Premier Leagues.
Well, he would have been playing from '92 because he was in the first division, I think, wasn't he? So I will say, when did he retire? 2004, 3, 4.
Go
Let's
for it, man.
6, 7,
It was 7. It was 7. So he won 7
7.
Premier League titles, which again,
Yeah,
pretty amazing. But I do think
not a bad record.
it is Ashley Cole on this occasion.
Okay.
I think Ashley
You see,
Cole.
I'm almost happy to concede that one because of his Chelsea relations, but fuck it. Yeah,
No,
put him in.
he
He
is
was
the
quite
best.
good.
Yeah, he is the best.
And he came through the Arsenal academy. He's an Arsenal boy, so
Yeah,
yeah.
that you now hate.
Cole's in.
Okay, Cole's in. Shall we go right back now, and then we'll tackle the centre back?
Go on then, yeah. Who have you got for right back?
Well, there's only one, isn't there? The man everyone loves.
Lauren.
He's everywhere. Mr. Gary Neville, Mr. Consistent, doing his little shot runs, fully prepared for everything. Gary Neville, yeah, what a man.
Yeah.
Do I need to say anything more? He is just the right back. Let's just move on. We don't need to hear yours. Gary Neville's in.
Well, Arsenal have had quite a few sort of very solid right backs, but I don't think we've ever had I mean, the two who spring to my mind. So I think if he stays at the club and stays fit in 5 years' time, Jurrien Timber will be in this conversation. But purely because he's only been here a year, well, 2 years, but he was injured for a year. As
It's
every Arsenal
going
player was.
down. I'm yelling timber. Is that one of his songs? Have you done that for him?
I don't think that's caught on, which is
What?
mental.
That is mental.
I know. It's right there. But
so
yeah, so I think he'll be in the conversation. But historically, Lauren, he was my pick because he's invincible. He was a tough bastard as well. Like, he was hard as nails. So if you're looking for a physical, strong fullback who is going to fight you, he was awesome. He was also really good at penalties. He was a very cool character. I loved Lauren.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was like an expert penalty taker. He was really good. I think he took quite a few pens for us. I couldn't tell you how many, but I think he took quite a few. So he was my pick. I also had for honourable mentions. I had Gary Neville, and I had Gary Neville, but I had him last on the list, just pure resentment. And Lee Dixon as well was the other one.
Oh, Lee Dixon.
I picked Lauren because he was invincible, but I think they were both very good right backs. But yeah, when I did the combined thing, I very very reluctantly went for Gary Neville purely through getting up and down. Like he was very like he was like a fucking Energizer bunny, wasn't he? He was like elite mentality. Oh, I hate fucking praising Gary. Let's just move on. He's in the team. Fucking do the centre backs.
Let's keep it going.
Give me the ick.
Okay, fine. Centre backs. This is going to be a tough one. Okay, let's
This
do
was hard.
both.
Yeah, this was one of the
centre
hardest
backs.
ones.
Both centre backs. Go. Who's you going to be centre back?
Tony Adams, Sol Campbell.
Ooh, and we've got. Do you know what? I've got a soft spot for Tony Adams because listeners of the pod.
Legend. On the yeah.
When Mike got married, me and best man Ian, who's obviously a recent follower, we got Tony Adams to record Mike a video, and it was one of the best things I've seen in my life. It did not disappoint.
He's a bit mad, isn't he? He's a bit mad.
Obviously, he was supposed to be sober for many years, but I swear when he recorded that video, he had just fallen off the wagon.
He's just got so much energy now, I think, and he's like, he was so in. This was when we were shit. This was before Arsenal were bottom of the league on my wedding day. That was fantastic. It was the season where we lost like the first 3 games. I think it was Brentford, City, and Chelsea or something. And we hadn't scored a goal. We conceded like 9 goals, and he was basically. It started off with him saying, "Oh, have a great wedding day," and it ended with him being like, "You need to get more organised, Arsenal. You need to defend. You need to keep clean sheets."
Yeah, what was he
He just
shouting?
went off on one.
Was it clean sheets he was shouting, or was he?
Yeah, something like keep clean, be resilient,
be resilient. That was it. Be resilient.
I need to dig that video out and watch that again. It's brilliant.
Oh, that was great. That was great. Okay, so Tony and Sol Campbell. I'm going for Rio Ferdinand, obviously, and I'm going for not really left field, but obviously the obvious choice would probably be someone like a Vidic or something like that. But I'm actually going to go for Jaap Stam. So
I had him in my list as well.
Jaap Stam was only with us for 3 years, but we won the Premier League all of those 3 years that he was with us, and he's the only player that Sir Alex Ferguson's come out and said he regrets letting go.
He was very good, wasn't he?
He's an absolute monster. Like if he was in the Premier League for 10 years, he would go down as I think the best centre back.
Yeah, he was very good, but I don't think he might have been, but I think 3 seasons is not long enough to make the all-time 11. When I was picking people, I was like, I want to see 150 appearances or more. Because that's like, what's that, 4, 5 seasons? Full seasons.
Yeah, I can see that, but I think he was good enough, and you got to play it out and go, okay, well, he could have been. So,
well, it's not a could have been really good 11, is it? It's a all-time 11. What did you do in the Premier League? But I'm not saying you didn't do anything, but
in terms of like all-time best players that have ever played for United in the Premier League era, I don't think it's outrageous to say Jaap Stam could be in our all-time Man United Premier League 11.
Yeah, maybe. But then if you're doing an Arsenal and United Premier League 11, it doesn't make it.
Yeah, but this is basically United one, isn't it? Because there will be many Arsenal ones in here. So
there are. Strap in. We're going to be here a while.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I might concede Jaap Stam then if you're going longevity. Might be an issue. But Rio Ferdinand, like, changed the game centre back, like, silky motherfucker, could bring the ball out of play, massive, winning his aerial duels. Like, he was incredible. There's no doubt. And obviously more caps than Sol Campbell. Sol Campbell I love watching Sol Campbell, by the way, on any podcast. Have you ever seen him on a podcast?
Yeah.
He's weird.
Strikes me as a weird bloke.
Weird bloke. He is a weird bloke. Yeah. He doesn't want to talk. And the way he talks is very soft. Very softly like this. It's very strange.
But for a massive bastard, he talks. He's very softly spoken. And he does strike me as a weird guy. But we're not here to make friends. We're here to win league titles. And he was like the reason that back four, the Invincibles back four, were as good as they were. He's got quads the size of my waist. Plus, he did that never-ending slide tackle for England which is an incredible watch. If you've not seen that, you need to Google Sol Campbell never ever, because he slides towards the corner flag and he does not stop, and he just goes out of shot, and it looks like he just slides straight into the crowd, which is very impressive because he's got gigantic thighs.
Like it's like Gemma Collins on Dancing on Ice. Have you seen that video as well?
Does she fall over or something?
So she's on ice, but she's like going, and then she falls over and she just slides off into the back. So funny.
There is something so funny about watching someone fall over, isn't there?
Oh,
As mean as that might sound.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to propose. I'm going to
Okay.
propose a Rio Ferdinand and Tony Adams centre back. What a pairing that would be! Like both giants. Tony Adams, mad bastard. Rio Ferdinand,
Leadership.
Ferdinand can like play the ball out. He could be the classy one. I think that would be mega.
Agreed. That was my pairing when I was picking between the two.
Okay, fine. So Ferdinand and Adams. So let's just recap. So we got Schmeichel in goal, Ash Cole left back, Ferdinand Adams centre backs, Gary Neville right back.
Okay, that's not a bad back five, is it? That's all right.
Pretty good. That's pretty good. Yeah, that is strong.
All English back four as well.
Yeah, all English back four. There we go.
Proper old school 4-4-2. All English back four.
Yeah. None of this utter woke nonsense.
None of this tiki taka.
Okay, right. Into midfield. So 4-4-2, remember? So I'm assuming we're going 2 centre mids and a left wing and a right winger. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I've got. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Where should we
got
start?
An absolute elite midfield. Let's do. Well, we did left back first. Should we do left wing first?
Okay. Cool. Left wing. Well, there's only one choice for me. That's Ryan Giggs, like the all-time Premier League.
This is where we're going to have a big debate because I cannot let Ryan Giggs into this team.
And all-time assist maker for the Premier League. Like, he's just elite.
He also shagged his brother's wife and beats
women
up.
But we're not here to judge the character of the person. And by the way, on that shagging his wife, the best thing that Paddy Power have ever done was when they got Ryan Giggs' brother.
The video.
Oh, so good.
That was good. But yeah, so I'm not saying Ryan Giggs wasn't good. He was very good. The most impressive thing about Ryan Giggs was how many games he played. Although that was largely because Alex Ferguson said, every time it's an international break, you're going to fake an injury. So you're not going to Wales and you're just going to play 38 games a season or whatever.
Not sure that was the only reason.
That was the only reason. But that kept him fresh for club games. So his numbers obviously are like ridiculously high. But if you look at goals and assists per appearance, he made like 14,000 appearances in the Premier League. A lot of those high numbers are just because of the high volume. If you look at some of the other wing options, the goals per game is better.
Yeah, but longevity has to come into it. Like, if you've got a player who can play that long and win that many titles and play for Man United at that level and change position during that time, that has to come into it. Who you proposing, by the way? Who are you proposing against Ryan Giggs? Come on, hit me.
Robert Pires, the best left winger of all time.
No, he shouldn't be in it just for that penalty with Thierry Henry. Absolute joke.
Just a bit of a piss take. We won the game anyway.
Absolutely disgusting.
So I think we were drawing at the time, like we were 1-0 up or something. That shows the confidence and the audacity of the man. Anyone who wants to make Danny Mills cry should be in this team. And he definitely made Danny Mills cry.
We cannot impasse on here because Robert Pires cannot go ahead of Ryan Giggs. Like, that just cannot happen.
He absolutely can. Also, the other thing is, if we're thinking about, obviously we're going on talent here, but if we're thinking about we're the managers in the dressing room and the team, morale and like the sportsmanship and the camaraderie, if you're looking around the dressing room and you're like, oh yeah, these guys have got my back, and then you see Ryan Giggs sat in the corner on his phone, all I'm thinking is he shagged my wife.
No, he didn't. He didn't do a. He didn't do a John Terry and shag one of his teammates' wives. He just shagged his brother's.
It was only his brother's wife, wasn't it? Yeah, silly me. He's a great bloke.
Exactly. He's got morals. He's got ethics.
What about all the court cases and stuff that have come out far more recently? And
you want to get Fact 50 Football Podcast into legal trouble this early on? This is what you're going down this road.
I'm not sure anyone's going to see it.
Come at us, lawyers.
I am vilifying Ryan Giggs. I'm not defending him. I think for character purposes alone, he should be nowhere near the team. He could be, but he's not been to court multiple times and
stop bringing court, man. We're not in. No Allegedly. Just say allegedly after everything you say.
No, but he was convicted, wasn't
Allegedly.
he? Can you be allegedly convicted?
Allegedly. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Well, let's pause there. Conscious of time. I only got half an hour. Conscious of time.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah.
Pause there. Let's go to right mid then. See if that's any better.
So this is the only one, I think, that I've picked a current player, and it is obviously Bukayo Saka.
Yeah. And obviously I'm picking David Beckham. Now, before I went on this pod,
Are you?
for my lunch break, I started watching the Beckham documentary again. I was like, right, let me have a little watch of this. Let me remind
Get a
myself.
life.
And and it was I just love that man to pieces. He's beautiful. Like his delivery is outrageous. Up
So
until
what were we
very
saying about character and stuff is not relevant? And I
yeah,
love the man.
it's
Put him
different.
in the team.
Different for David Beckham. But yeah, but also he was incredible. Like up until very recently, he was still had the most direct free kick goals in the whole of the Premier League era. And he wasn't even in the Premier League for a huge amount of time considering what he did in his previous career. So if you imagine he was in the Premier League the same time as Gary Neville was or played in the team, he probably would have scored 40 free kicks, which would have been incredible.
Yeah, but he didn't, did he? He wasn't in the Premier League that long.
Yep.
Well,
But
as long as Gary
he's
Neville.
in a decent amount of time and he left to go to Real Madrid. Like incredible.
Yeah, but he had flaws in his game as well. His dead ball delivery was undeniable, but he was really slow. He didn't really defend much.
Yeah, I
He
think
couldn't
no,
really
he
defend much.
definitely worked hard. He definitely defended much, but yeah, he didn't have the pace. I'll give you that. He didn't have
He was
pace.
easy to run by. Yeah.
He didn't have pace, but he was like again, his crossing in open play was amazing. His shot was actually incredible as well. Like really, really good. But I do agree, Saka, like he is very good, and I'm a big fan of Saka. I do think there's a slight question mark on Saka in the last few years because he started to pick up injuries now fairly
Wasn't it
consistently.
last year?
Well, it's starting to come in now, isn't it? So I'm like, if he can stay fit, I would say probably Saka will end up being a better Premier League player. But I think if we're looking at it right now through the Premier League lens and somebody was from the future looking at it from 2025 backwards, I think they would choose David Beckham.
I think right now it's debatable which one's better, what they've done in the Premier League. But Saka is still just turned 24, and I don't know how old was David Beckham when he left United. You know, like he had more of his peak years in the Premier League. So I think you're comparing like a more developed player and a younger player because Saka's history starts when he was
I can't be
17.
accountable for your pick, I'm afraid. You picked him at the age of 24. Oh, do you know what?
Oh,
Beckham
yeah,
was
yeah,
a bit
but
older than I thought when he left United. He was 28.
28. So he had more of his peak seasons in the Premier League. I think if we were having this conversation in 4 years' time, like it would be a no-brainer. Saka would walk it.
Do you know how many assists Saka's got? Because Beckham is number 11 on the
45.
all-time Premier League assists as well. And again, he left when he was 28.
Yeah, so Beckham's got like 80 odd, hasn't he? I don't know how many goals he's got. Saka has, well, it's easy because he's just hit the landmark, hasn't he? He's got 200 appearances, 55 goal, 100 goal contributions, 55 goals, 45 assists. So one every other game. And that's including one of our TikTok fans pointed out, like the first couple of years he was in the Arsenal team, that's from left back. And then he got moved. It wasn't until he was sort of 19, 20, so 2 or 3 seasons in, that he got moved to the right wing, and then his numbers went like astronomical.
So he's
So
on
Saka
the
is
same
doing
sort
it.
of trajectory, Beckham to 80.
Yeah, so I thought you were going to pick Ronaldo. I'm guessing he's going to come up later, maybe, or whatever. And I was comparing Saka and Ronaldo's numbers, and at the same age, so I think Ronaldo's 23 season, and Saka's just turned 24, so similar age. And numbers were very similar. I think Ronaldo had a few more goals. I think he had like 60 goals, and Saka's 55, and their assists were about identical in sort of 200 games. So Saka is on Ronaldo level numbers.
Yeah, but
And he's
Ronaldo went
only 24.
astronomical. He went astronomical, like,
He
which I think
did,
actually
but
makes
only
him.
at Madrid.
Yeah, but I think it makes him even more incredible. The numbers he's hitting, the records he breaking, when actually he didn't really hit incredible numbers, like you said, until he was 23, which is.
Oh yeah. I'm not denying like all the great stuff he did at Madrid and Juventus or whatever, but this is a United and Arsenal 11, so we have to look at his United numbers only, and they're really good, but they're not not good enough to get into this 11.
Okay, so we're reaching a bit of an impasse here. We're going to have to make some.
So we're going to have to go Saka and Pires and move on.
So you can either have right mid or left mid, and I'll have whatever's left. Who you choosing?
Who's less shit out of Beckham and Giggs? I just really don't want Ryan Giggs in it. But I genuinely think Saka is much better than David Beckham. So I'll go Saka, and I'll let you have Giggs on the left.
Nice. Okay. Great. Okay.
Compromise.
Centre mid.
Oh,
it's got to get juicy.
Every position is impossible, isn't it?
It is hard.
Who have you got?
I'll tell you my centre mids first. So I've gone for Roy Keane and Paul Scholes.
Yeah, I thought you'd probably pick those two.
Yeah, like Scholesy, should be a friend of the pod. We're Factor 50 football because we're two gingers,
I do support that, yeah.
He could join the palest pundits in the Premier League. And Roy Keane, just because he was incredible and actually so underrated as a footballer. He wasn't just a mad bastard. Like, he was actually genuinely incredible at box to box, not a defensive mid, just. He meant there a bit when he got older, but as a box to box player, incredible.
Yeah, he was good. Scholes was better, I think. More technically. Yeah, I think Scholes was better. But I've got sort of similar style, so this will be an easy. We're gonna have to pick one each or something, aren't we? But so I've got Vieira and Fabregas.
I thought you might choose that. And actually, I'm a big fan of Fabregas. I think he is a very good player.
He is an Arsenal legend, and also like similar to Saka, like he came through at 16. So a lot of the stuff he did was at a ridiculously young age. Obviously, he came into an incredible side, but he's like playing central midfield at 16, 17 years old in the Premier League and doing what he did. Like, he was captain at 20, I think.
Wow.
Which is mental. Yeah, he was a hell of a player, and I really wish he'd stayed at Arsenal for his whole career.
Yeah, okay. This is a really tough one because I feel like, I know we're going on players, but I feel like you need Roy Keane in there for the leadership. Like, it's probably, I don't
think we do. We've got Ferdinand and Tony Adams behind him. I think we've got plenty of leadership. And also, you've got the best leader in the history of the Premier League, Patrick Vieira, kicking him out of the team.
If you were voting all-time Premier League captains, Roy Keane would be number one.
Only because he won the most trophies whilst captain.
No. I think
Patrick Vieira was better.
No. I told you before, do you know what? Patrick Vieira and Roy Keane actually did this same thing that we're doing. So they did
Did they put each other in?
Yeah. So in the middle, it was Vieira and Roy Keane is what they went for.
I think you've got to have one or the other.
Yeah. Was Vieira, in your opinion, like box to box, or was he better as like a marshalling defensive mid?
No, he was box to box. He would run back. He'd get the ball off you from 5 yards away with his go gadget legs. He'd hook it away from you. It'd do that thing where like he wins the ball and moves away from you like in the same move. He wouldn't like tackle and then go. He'd kind of do it all in one motion. And that made him so good. And obviously, like his rangy legs meant he could be on the edge of our box and edge of your box in like 5 seconds. And he was up and down. I mean, he scored. I haven't actually looked at his stats, but he scored. He wasn't a DM. He was an up and down box to box midfielder. He scored a lot of goals.
When did Vieira
got a strike on him as well?
How did Vieira leave Arsenal? Was it like under a bit of a cloud?
Well, there were a few seasons where it was like, oh, Real Madrid wanted him, Juventus wanted him. And eventually, where did we sell him to? Milan?
Went to Juventus.
Juventus?
Yeah, he went to Juventus first and then into Milan and then back to City.
Yeah, don't ignore the City days. I don't think he was. I think his legs had gone by that point.
29 goals in 279 appearances for Arsenal.
He's also the only player to captain an invincible side.
That is a good point.
I think as well to keep. So what often happens, like you've seen it recently with City and Liverpool winning the league, you win the league, especially if you win it by away, and then you sort of just like, oh, we've got 3 or 4 games left, and you always you'll lose a couple of games you shouldn't. Like last season, I remember Liverpool lost to Chelsea like 3 or 4-0 because they won the league the game before, and it was like it wasn't like they rotated heavily or anything. They were just like, nah. It's not intentional to let that level drop, but like it's just a natural instinct, isn't it? To the big thing is done, and the relief of that pressure just drops your level by like a tiny bit. So to keep with the invincible season, once the league was won, to keep the players like dialed in to not go and lose a game, especially in a couple of games when we were losing and we had to come back and get a point or get a win. For him, his leadership to keep the players like actually focused and not let the level slip is very, very impressive, I think.
Okay, this can be a difficult one. Shall we say, are you happy to say Scholes is in ahead of Fabregas? Not happy.
Yeah, so in my when I was I had Vieira and Scholes that was my pick.
Okay, so I don't want
Should
to
we do that as a
concede.
trade-off?
I don't want to concede Roy Keane. So
Tough shit.
I think we should do a live rock paper scissors to see who gets in.
What out of what Vieira and Keane?
Yeah. So if I win, Roy Keane gets in. If you win, Vieira gets in.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is very, very technical then.
Very, very technical because we're not going to reach an agreement. We're not going to reach an agreement.
And who are we picking? Are we picking Scholes over Fabregas?
Yeah, Scholes is in. Now it's just that.
Well, then we should have Vieira over Keane then.
Why?
Because we picked Scholes over Fabregas.
Yeah,
so
but
now we pick the Arsenal player.
That's just a given. But Roy Keane and Vieira, I think, is too tight. I don't want to give up Roy Keane.
I don't think that's a given. We can carry on arguing about Fabregas and Scholes if you want.
I don't think we need to. You've already decided.
I'll bring Ray. I'll get Ray Parlour in the mix.
Ray Parlour is again another ginge. He can come join.
Exactly.
We need to do a team of gingers.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this rock paper scissors then.
Okay, so rules are 1, 2, 3, show. Okay.
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 Yeah.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
1,
show.
2, 3. I can't see what you are. Where's your hand?
Well, no, because you sort of did it behind me.
Rock.
No. You did it behind me, so I went show, and then you were still counting down.
Well, you're lagging on my screen then. This is great audio.
It is fantastic for the fans at home. Okay. Flip a coin. Heads or tails?
Tails never fails.
Okay.
Have you got a coin?
Not yet. God, this is awful preparation.
Again, great audio for the podcast.
This is awful preparation. Okay.
I think I've got one.
You got one?
Yeah, I've got some euros here from about 3 years ago. Do you want heads or tails?
I'll go heads for Roy Keane. Yeah.
There's the just proving it's a legitimate coin.
Yeah.
There's the tails side.
Disappeared now.
Oh, you can see it with my background. You're going. What are you doing? Heads.
Heads for Roy Keane. Don't lie to me now.
Okay. It's a tail.
Okay, Vieira's in.
There we go.
We've got very little time to argue about something that's going to be incredibly tough.
Well, one of them is like you cannot argue that Thierry's in the team. So let's just put him in and move on.
Do you know what? I will give you Thierry Henry because I think we would be it would be bad if he wasn't in. Okay, so Henry's in.
Like he is arguably the greatest player of all time. He's in that sort of conversation, let alone like an Arsenal United 11.
I'm assuming the other one you were going to go for was Bergkamp.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was going to put forward Wayne Rooney, obviously.
Okay.
And Cristiano Ronaldo, with an honourable mention to somebody you treated very badly, Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Oh, Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Fucking Martin Keown, the prick. So this is where my trouble is, because Wayne Rooney was like my hero growing up. I just love him as a player. I don't think we've seen a player like him, and I don't think we'll see a player again like Wayne Rooney. Like he could do everything on a football pitch. Play him right back, he would do it. Play him centre forward, he'll be incredible. Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously one of the best players, if not the best player that's ever lived. Now, the only caveat...
Not at United, though.
Yes. The only caveat is that Ronaldo did it for a season and a half at United before he went to Real Madrid and then obviously went stratospheric at that point. And obviously, Ronaldo came back, actually had decent goal scoring record, but nowhere near the numbers he was doing before. So have you got an opinion on those three? Rooney, Ronaldo, Bergkamp?
Yeah, so it was between Rooney and Bergkamp for me, purely because, like, if it was all time, then you've got to put Ronaldo in. But because it's an Arsenal and United 11, and like you say, it was the season before. So Ronaldo, the season before he left, did like 30 goals in 34 games or something mad. And then the season or the end of the season when he left, he got like 18 goals in 30 odd games. So he had that's still a good season, but it wasn't like the Real Madrid Ronaldo yet. He was still very, very good. And he was also young at the time. But if you compare what he did for Man United to what Wayne Rooney did for Man United, Rooney wins hands down. So for me, it's then between Rooney and Bergkamp as to who you want to play alongside Henry.
Well, Wayne Rooney, this is where I think Rooney just wins hands down, right? So considering the history of Manchester United and considering Wayne Rooney, he would probably describe himself as not a typical out and out striker. He is our all-time record goal scorer at Manchester United, all time with 253 goals. That
All
is
time.
phenomenal. I'm disappointed actually that Rooney didn't win more Premier Leagues. Like, he only won 5 with us, which is still good, obviously. But he sort of, towards the latter end of his years, Jose Mourinho came in, obviously Ferguson left, and it was just
He
everything was going
drifted, didn't
wrong.
he?
Yeah, everything was going wrong. So
Yeah.
I think we have to give it to Wayne Rooney for the fact that he is Manchester United's all-time record goal scorer.
Yeah, this was the one position I was sort of like, I mean, I'll take either. I'd go Bergkamp purely because I think so. Statistically, he's in the top, like, the elite level of Premier League players ever. But there are a few players where, like, it's not just about the stats and what their output is, and his like he just has like magic in his boots, doesn't he? He just sees stuff. He's just so much fun to watch. He's a dream. Like, everyone you speak to who's played with him is like Henri said Bergkamp is the best player he's ever played with, and he played with Messi. And I think Messi is the best player of all time. But it's because Bergkamp was so, like, he's just a striker's dream, because he will see your run before you've even thought about making it. Like, he'll just put it. And I read his autobiography. I love Dennis Bergkamp. He's my second favorite player of all time. He would practice as a kid, like, obviously, wall passes against a wall with 100 with your left foot, 100 with your right foot. He would do it like 100 times, but with 10-degree spin on the ball to the left, and then 100 times with a 10-degree spin on the ball to the right, then with the outside of his right foot, then with, I don't know, the laces of his right foot. And his technique was like, it's just the best technique you've ever seen. And he was the most incredible player to watch. So I would put him in because of that, like, I don't know, the spark, magic, stardust, whatever. But for time's sake, I won't argue with Wayne Rooney's volume of goals and assists. We
Yeah,
can put
and
him in.
also, like, the joy, like, remember watching England when Rooney was coming through, like Euro 2004. Like, I've never been more excited as an England fan, and maybe until recent times, Southgate, we've actually got to finals. Like, just a player like carrying England like that, and he's just so good, so good. I miss Wayne Rooney. He's a fat bastard now, but I do miss Wayne Rooney.
He's all right.
Okay, so we've decided. So the team is goalkeeper.
Read it back.
Yeah, goalkeeper Schmeichel, left back Ashley Cole, centre backs Ferdinand, Tony Adams, and Gary Neville at right back. Giggs left wing, Vieira, Scholes in the middle, Saka on the right, Henry and Rooney up front.
I mean, it's a pretty good team.
It is. I actually think the balance of that team is really good.
Yeah, I suppose if you are, I think we've got the right mix of, because you could FIFA it and just be like, well, let's play Rooney and Bergkamp and Ronaldo and all the attackers, and just put like Vieira at the back. But the balance is pretty good.
Yeah,
left to right as well. We've sort of got the balance of, with the fullbacks and the wingers as well. We've got like the industry of Gary Neville and the technical excellence and flair of Saka. Then you've got like the industry of Ryan Giggs with the physical pace and creativity of Ashley Cole. Like, that's quite a nice blend as well.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good team.
It's a shame we couldn't get Ronaldo in, and it's probably a shame you couldn't get Bergkamp in.
That's not.
They're the two ones, aren't they?
They would quite easily get into quite a few teams, wouldn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we might be slaughtered for not putting either of those two in. To be fair.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, if you disagree with our team, let us know. If you think that,
let's hear it.
Yeah, you think there's a player that actually we haven't even mentioned today, let us know. We want to know. But that is our combined 11. And if I've got time, I'll put a little graphic up. It'd be nice for you to have a look at.
That's a good idea. Yeah, do a little
graphic.
I don't know how to do that stuff. So.
Well, I'm not sure I know how to do it yet either, but we will
work that out.
We'll figure that out.
It's just going to be a screenshot of like some Microsoft Word document.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, right. Previewing next week. Big games. Premier League's back.
Finally, it's back, baby.
Back. Ring that bell. Don't know what that is, but yeah.
Is that the podcast catchphrase?
Maybe it is. Maybe ring that bell.
I don't know. I don't even understand that reference.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
Gets the people going. Good film. Okay, yeah. So next this weekend, a few big games. The biggest one of all, undoubtedly, I think, is Liverpool United, which is a tasty fixture for the neutral. Give us your predictions?
Oh, I don't know. Like, I've listened to a few other people talking about this, and everyone's predicting. I've heard 4-1 Liverpool. I've heard 3-1 Liverpool. Everyone's going.
I think you do know.
But I can't. I think we tend to turn up in the big games, Mike. That's what I'm holding on to. We're going to turn up.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to pour more misery onto Arne Slot and put more pressure on it by going out there and absolutely destroying them and getting a 1-1 draw.
Beating them 1-1.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you really think you'll get the draw? Or is that like a bit of hopium rather than
No, I think
expectation?
we'll get a draw. I think we'll play really, really tight defensive, and obviously concede because that's what we always do. And then
Obviously.
yeah, hopefully we get a goal. But yeah, I'm going 1-1.
I just can't see anything other than obviously I really want you to win the game, because you're not our rivals anymore. Sly dig. But yeah, I would love you to get something out of it. I just can't see. I think Liverpool will like snap out of this slump. I mean, if they do drop points, then the blip becomes more of a problem, doesn't it? And they might have to start thinking about like rebuilding this season rather than winning the title. Although it's a bit early to say that. But I think I can't see them not coming back like all guns blaring. They've got I don't think they've had any injuries. I've not seen any like, oh, so and so's come off or whatever at the international break. I think that like Slot will sort of put a rocket up them a little bit to be like, you've got to bounce back now. If it was at Old Trafford, a draw, I could see a draw, but at Anfield, I'm going 3-0. I can't see anything other than like
3-0.
a Liverpool win. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope I'm wrong. I'm wrong.
Right, Arsenal game.
Yeah, so we're away at Fulham, Saturday night kickoff.
Feels like maybe you should win comfortably, shouldn't it? But then they're the ones that you might get a slip up sometimes.
Yeah, so I think we drew this game last season. I think we lost this game the season before. So like with West Ham, it's like on paper it's the game you got to win it, but these are the sorts of games that we've struggled with in the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hesitate to be like super confident, but I think if we're taking ourselves seriously as title favourites, you've got to come through games like this and win it. So what did I say? I think I said 3-1, which sounds really confident now. I don't feel that as confident as that, but fuck it, I'll go 3-1. 3-1 Arsenal. I don't like the evening kickoff on a Saturday because it means that when you're away, because it means like the home fans have got all day drinking and getting pissed and getting really rowdy and vocal, and then you go over there and the atmosphere is always a little bit better for the home team, which makes it harder for the away team.
Yeah, I get that. Okay, well I was going to go 2-1 Arsenal for that one.
2-1. Okay.
These are the points that I'm suggesting that we track. So for a perfect score, 2 points.
Okay.
Maybe 3, actually, because that wouldn't happen that often. So
that's stingy.
Points.
Yeah, that's too
3
stingy.
Points, 3 points for a perfect score. Correct result, 1 point. And then take it or leave it with this one. I want your opinion. If you get none of the results right at all, so you get both wrong, you get a minus point.
Ooh. So it neither result or score.
Yeah, neither result. So it doesn't matter about the score. But if you, let's say you had 2 wins and it ends up being 2 losses, you get a minus point.
Or 2 draws, you get a minus point.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Bit more jeopardy.
Okay.
Let's do it. And we'll just tally it up over the weeks. And then loser does a forfeit. Yeah. If we make it that far.
Yeah. If we're still going.
I'm up for that.
If Cox is still listening, then, we'll keep going.
Yeah. We'll keep... It'd be a lot easier just to ring him and have a chat about football, wouldn't it, at this point?
It would be a lot easier, yeah. A lot less editing time for me, where I spend all my evening just editing this bloody podcast.
I'm glad you're doing that one. I'm glad you're doing that job.
Okay.
I think that wraps it up, doesn't it?
It does. So that's
we're done. Episode 4 in the can.
Gosh, combined 11 done, predictions done. We've got a new running game. Awesome.
Wonderful. It's really taking shape. It's blossoming into a beautiful podcast. Well, thank you very much for watching, listening, joining us on the Factor 50 Football Podcast. Until next week, have a great week. We will see you all there, hear you all there. Bye.